Ciao ragazzi, welcome along to another episode of JPWR Talk. I've got with me today, I've got the great Andrea Brunetti, Maxi Famosa Caxi, and Rob V with me, and we're going to go through all things Juventus and Italy and the European Championships and everything, and God knows where we're going to end up. But it's great to see you guys again, and how are you all doing?
Yeah, all good. It's been great watching Italy. I think they've been absolutely fantastic so far. In the absence of Juventus, at least Italy are filling the void nicely.
Rob, I was telling Maxi and Colin that it's upsetting to me. Not upsetting, but I love the spirit of the Italian team, and I wish Juventus the past season had the same spirit, because I believe we could have won it.
Yeah, I agree. The spirit's important, massively.
What have you thought, Max? You enjoying it?
Yeah, Italy, I think that is doing quite well. We hope that versus Austria will end up like in 1990. Like Schillaci scored a goal on the 93rd minute, and I said the small guy versus the giants would be great.
I remember Schillaci put Ireland out, actually.
He did.
He did, yeah. He got a gift of a goal. Italy should they should have been knocked out at that stage. Bitter one. But we got our own back in 94.
You guys made a T-shirt the day after with "Fuck Schillaci," if I don't remember wrong.
That doesn't sound very Irish.
It was in Gaelic. I'm translating.
Might have been. But then that Ray Houghton goal in '94 was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it put Italy out. That was a bit of a legend of a goal. I think old Ray is still drinking on that goal to this day. So look, it's special to watch a championship, and look, whenever Ireland aren't there, I'm always supporting Italy, as I've said before, because it's basically like watching Juventus. Through the years, we've seen a lot of Juventus players play with Italy. Anytime they've done well, you've had, I can't even begin to list them. Everybody knows. So, CRMD is here. How are you getting on, buddy? Very welcome. And are you enjoying the European Championships? What do you think of Italy so far? Let me know your thoughts. So, guys, getting back to Juventus, the big stories this week have been, obviously Manuel Locatelli's story is rolling on and on. Like late last week, we found out that Carnevali might accept a counterpart to bring down the fees. So I think the number being talked about is 25 million plus a player, but obviously it depends on the player they want to take and the valuation that they agree. So I've heard the name Dragusin mentioned. He's only just broken into the first team squad with Juventus, having signed a new contract a couple of months back. His agent at the time, I think his name is Manea or something. He's Romanian as well. He was saying that they hoped he wouldn't be sent anywhere on loan or anything like that, And at the time, I was thinking that doesn't mean he doesn't, they're against leaving. It just means not on loan. So, what do you guys think? We talked about it last time. At this stage, I just want Locatelli, quickly. Andrea, what do you think?
I agree with you. I want Locatelli quickly. What I always say when we touch this topic, that I don't care about money, because I don't want to be the one worrying about the budget. I think Juventus is paying good money for professionals in the management that should make it happen, because nobody complained when we got Ronaldo. And everybody wanted to find a way through sponsorship or whatever to give those 30 million to Ronaldo. So right now, Locatelli, for what we need in the midfield, is probably what the management decide is the player we need. So
Yeah.
Juventus needs to buy whoever want to buy. Then if you got there too late, it's your fault, because you should have thought about Locatelli before. But if now the price is 40, you cannot do better than 30 millions plus Dragusin. It means you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. What do you guys think, Rob?
Yeah, I agree. He has to be a priority, and this is just before, not even on the back of the Euros performances, but also over the course of the season and the season before. He's shown himself to be a real good young player that plays with the right spirit, the right mentality, who does all the simple things well, and is also capable, of transitioning well and bringing other players into the game and, creating big chances for the team. He'd be a massive, massive bonus for this Juventus team.
Yeah.
There is no player that has been mentioned that I would refuse in exchange. I mean, there's been talk of Dragusin, mention of Rovella, mention of De Grassa, the young striker.
Yeah.
No, and even Fagioli, who's obviously come through the youth system and looks like he's going to be a good player in the future. But you cannot put a price. Sorry, you cannot refuse that as a bargaining chip if you're getting an Italian international who is going to be wanted by Bayern Munich, Manchester City, all these big clubs. You have to do the deal. That's it.
Yeah. It's a tough one though, isn't it? Because you're looking at someone like Fagioli, and also to a lesser extent Dragusin as a player who has massive potential. Both players have massive potential. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen. A lot of players who look great when they start off a year later, then you're wondering where they've gone. Lots of players we've been linked with in the past. It was interesting to see. Off topic now, Patrick Schick scored a wonder goal, in the Euros. And I was just remembering that guy, he was very, very close to being a Juventus player. And then, developed, or his heart condition was detected and it didn't work out and he moved, but he disappeared off the scene. But that guy was expected to be like, a top level player. And even when he, moved elsewhere, it just didn't work for him.
I remember 1-0, Juventus Roma 1-0 in Torino with a big save of Szczesny at the very end of the game, and Schick was the one missing the goal. It was almost a sign, the one. But Colin, can I say something? Can I add something about Dragusin? The potential that Dragusin has is the reason why we all doubt about the deal, no? But at the same time, there's also the problem that they just renew his contract, and I think in the contract they put a clause that say that we were not gonna sell him. So at this point, if we put Dragusin in the deal, it means we're gonna put some kind of agreement on having the possibility to buy him back, like like a pre-sale or something like that. In this case, Sassuolo is doing a good deal. If the player works, we're gonna be able to get him back. And also, I would add, what do you wanna do with Dragusin? You wanna keep him in the Serie C, or you want him to play? Probably Sassuolo could be a good place to be, to start actually putting some minutes in his background.
You see, I'm going to get Maxi in there now in a sec. Just very, very quickly. For me, the fear is we've got Daniele Rugani coming back, and it looks like we could be getting rid of a couple of centre backs, and we could get stuck in a situation where we have to play him and have to keep him, and that's the only fear that I have, And in those circumstances, I said it loads. I choose Dragusin because he's got potential. Rugani, he's got no potential in my book. Sorry to be negative, but for me, his time is done. So, yeah. Anyway, Max, what do you think?
I don't agree with the fact that Locatelli costs that much. 40 million is far too much. He's just started really his career. He just started 1 or 2 championship, played okay. I just started for the first time a European competition. 40 million is far too much. I won't give Dragusin in it. I think 25 million is more than enough. Just 25 million with nothing else on it.
Yeah.
No more than that. I think that's my idea. I think that also the way the financial situation is, Juventus need to start to bring some younger players into the team, because that's the way to make a proper team, to grow a team together.
Yeah.
You cannot keep buying players anywhere else 40, 50, 60 million, and you get your youngest one to go. Because you need homegrown footballers in your team.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's the rules as well. That's the rules as well. You need the CTP. You need this type of players in your team, and that's the way the market should go. Because the financial crisis that they are under at the moment is very, very bad for everyone.
Yeah.
I'll just say on that. For me, he would be the main purchase this summer. So that's why I would be more inclined to spend what Sassuolo wants. However, I do agree that we also do have to look at improving how we use our youth and how we recruit younger players, because we haven't been good enough at it. So I totally agree on that. It's just with Locatelli, I think he's too good an opportunity to miss at this stage. And if that means costing 10 million euros more than maybe what he's worth, then so be it. Because I think maybe in 2 or 3 years' time we might regret it.
Yeah, but the situation is that he's not the type of player that we need to be honest, because he's not a regista.
No,
Locatelli is a mezzala, and we have full of mezzalas in the team, in the squad already. Who's going to stay out?
Well, they'll have to get rid of someone.
There, we got Rabiot there, we got Arthur there. That is a mezzala too, because Arthur is not a regista either. Anyway, he's a mezzala. He's a very tactical mezzala. Anyway, where you going to put him to? And you want to play 3 midfielders, 2 midfielders?
I think
God knows. It's a bit of a. You need to put the players in the right place. You cannot keep changing their role, because that's the biggest mistake that Pirlo and Sarri made with the players, changing their roles. If you change their roles, you confuse them. You need to make sure that they get put in the right place on the pitch, because otherwise, we'll end up like last year and 2 years ago.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the last 2 coaches have, they've tried to change too many things too quickly. That was my assessment anyway. If I look at Allegri when he came in the first time, he played the 3-5-2 because that's what the team was used to. And his team was, they were winning, and he slowly changed and added a few different layers into the team, and but slowly, not like come straight in and just put a new system in, completely new system, and with no time to adjust and expect it to work, but it didn't. What would I say? I mean, I think Locatelli, I think he's more flexible than that. I think he can play a regista role. That's my opinion anyway. But he's obviously playing Mezzala now at the moment for Italy, and it's working out quite well. But we don't know what Max is going to set up, how he's going to set up. It could be 2, it could be a 4-2-3-1 system. In fact, I kind of hope it is, because it'll be, if it's that, then it's probably going to shift to a 4-3-3, and you'll certainly have three attackers. You know, the two wide men will be up, and you'll have a central attacker as well. So look, the only thing about that is it all depends on Ronaldo then as well. So like Ronaldo, while he seems perfectly happy, and this thing is kind of annoying me at the moment. He seems perfectly happy to play as a number 9 for Portugal. Now, not like a true 9. He's never going to be a true 9. You know, he's not a target man, but he stays in the middle. You know, whether he drops off a little bit and lets a midfielder pass him out, or if he stays up more towards the box, he's not really going out to the left or right as much as we see. So if you go 4-2-3-1 with, you know, for next season, like, how do you fit in Ronaldo? Like, I mean, I don't know. And that brings us on to another subject, like, of course. But
sorry, Colin. With the 4-3-3, where you fit Dybala in. You know, that's why you see I keep saying Dybala probably would be better if he goes, personally, because he won't fit in Allegri's team. He won't fit in that team.
Yeah, I mean, he can be a support striker, or he could be an advanced kind of number 10 behind, like in a 4-2-3-1, but not a wide man. He doesn't have the pace, especially when you have players like Chiesa and Kulusevski who can do that job very, very well. So there's no competition. If I'm picking a wide man, I'm picking Chiesa all day long, you know. So yeah. Have you any ideas what Max might do next year, Andrea?
No idea, but you know, that's what I love. I mean, it's the confidence that it makes me feel. You know, when Maxi was saying about too many players for the same role, I totally agree with him, and I was actually thinking to what Allegri might be planning, might be doing right now, no? And probably Maxi, I don't know if you agree, but Bentancur might be an option in terms of leaving
No,
here.
he won't.
You don't think
because
so?
there is the 40% on the sale to pay to Boca Juniors. It's not convenient to Juventus. You sell him for 20 million and you got to give half of the money nearly to Boca Juniors. What's the point selling him?
Is it still on?
Yes,
Yeah.
40%.
But is it 40% of the profit or 40% of the transfer? Because if it's
40% on the amount of the transfer that you get. If you get 40 million, the 40% got to go to Boca Juniors.
Well, we'll probably get 5 million, so we'd have to give them just over 2 million, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we ended up giving them money back as well, you see. we have to pay them to buy it.
Well, the thing is, he's going to have to go at some point. I mean, he's not going to stay Juventus his whole career. But yeah.
No, but the thing that I was saying this right now was bringing up Bentancur because if you listen to previous Allegri's conferences, he speaks very good things about Bentancur, and he sees how, like, clearly how he should play, what position he should be playing in the pitch. But at the same time, most of the players that we wanna get rid of in the midfield are gonna be very hard to sell. Bentancur is in a moment of his career and his age that makes him a very easy player to sell for good money. Not because we want to sacrifice him right now, but because probably the situation brings you to the point that you need to sell Bentancur.
That 40% stop you selling him. Yeah, that's the point. He stopped selling him, that 40%. Because for Juventus, it's not convenient. They're going to lose out. Then what's the point selling someone when you're losing money out?
Yeah. And at this stage, you're not going to make much get much for him anyway. His
No.
market value has dropped through the floor. He can't even get on for his national side anymore. Like, so, you know, and he was brilliant in previous tournaments for Uruguay. So, like, I can't see many coming in for him. Although reportedly Atletico Madrid were interested, but we don't know where that is at the moment. Yeah, I mean, what else do I want to talk about? Let me see. Yeah, Bernardeschi. How do you think Bernardeschi's doing for Italy? I saw him he came on for the third game.
I mean, I don't know what you guys felt. Having watched him, he ran around a lot. He didn't have a bad game. I don't want to criticise him and say he was awful, because he wasn't, and that would just be confirmation, bias of me. He didn't have a bad game, but he wasn't. He didn't do anything during that match to convince me that he's going to be an asset to Juventus next season. That being said, I think he's going to stay.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a market for him.
No, Allegri wants to keep him. I just
That's what I'm hearing.
that Allegri wants to keep him.
Yeah, I agree. I think he probably will. But I mean, if there was a very, very good offer coming in, we might be tempted to sell. I can't see where that offer is going to come anyway. So it's very, very likely that he'll stay. So unfortunately, it looks like that way. I don't know where we're going to sell these players. I mean, apart from Ramsey, who I think will easily find a team in the Premier League, I don't know where we're going to sell these players to. So makes bringing in players very, very difficult.
But Ramsey's got a couple of offers in the UK anyway.
Does he actually have offers
from? He's got offers from Everton and West Ham for sure. For what I've heard, anyway, they're looking for him. Then probably Crystal Palace as well. I think that he would choose a London team more than the Liverpool one anyway. But
yeah,
because he grew up there in London, then probably prefer London than Liverpool.
It's fine for me as long as he gets out. Anyway, I don't have any time for him anymore. But like, one of the questions that I wanted to ask Andrea was, we've heard that Allegri, he wants to kind of bring Bernardeschi back. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you think, because on one side of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Allegri might realize the writing's on the wall. Like Rob said, there's no market for him. We've got to keep him. So he's going to try and put it all, try and do something positive. Or do you think he actually wants him?
No, I think I think actually Juventus realized they couldn't actually do the mercato this season for all the reasons we've been saying so far. So they decided to bring Allegri back, because at least that he can work with whatever he has available, no?
Yeah.
So maybe who knows? Now we're talking about Bernardeschi that doesn't have a market. Next year, in 1 year time, we're gonna be talking about a great season by Bernardeschi, and we get the chance to make as much money as possible from the.
I'll eat my hat if that happens. I'll swear to God, I'll do some sort of a forfeit. We'll figure it out.
We can. What I believe, whatever happens, we cannot cry on ourselves. We need to react and make it happen with what we have available. If Bernardeschi is going to be part of the roster, let's hope we find the key. Ragazzi, it's all about the mind. Seriously.
Yeah.
The hopes that we had for Bernardeschi.
Yeah. A man has a message for you here. He says, Andrea's accent is so thick, I'm smelling pizza. Pizza sounds nice, actually. I'd like a bit.
I think thick accent, yes. You're definitely right, Aman. But you know what? At the end, it's been only 9 years I live in the United States. So give me time. I'll get there.
No. keep the accent. You can't lose the accent. That's not allowed.
Colin,
You have to be. Sorry.
So I was going to say, someone's put in the comments that Bernardeschi will win the Ballon d'Or next year.
Yeah, that's Matthias. I think Matthias is. I
If
think Matthias is on the beer as well, lads.
Matthias,
I
if
think
that
it's something
happens-
more than a beer.
Something more than a beer. Yeah.
If that happens, I'll do a show naked. That is how.
Okay.
That is how confident it's not going to happen.
I don't want to be present for that. Like, if that's okay. We can get Andrea. He's got more professional, movie making skills. He can make that movie for you. So
We work.
yeah. Anyway, I wanted to move on. Look, the papers have been talking about Vlahovic. I've been talking about Vlahovic kind of for a while now. I really like the player. And the links aren't really going away. I have a feeling I know what Maxi's going to say, but I mean, what do you think? Have we got any hope?
Vlahovic is a good player, but like I said, it's very hard to speak with Commisso. With the American guy, it's very, very hard to deal with him.
You need to make him an offer you can't refuse or something like that, is it?
Yeah, but where are the money to make this offer that he can't refuse? This is the point. Guys, this is the main point. I would go more for someone like Isaac than Vlahovic at this point. You know Isaac,
Yeah.
The Real Sociedad player, the Swedish one, yeah. I will get him as a second striker, just behind Morata at that point.
Yeah.
Because you
Matthias is on the Desperados. Sorry.
No, that's not a question of Desperados for Matthias, That's the truth. We say, what we say down to my knees, the water is little and the duck doesn't float. This is an old say in Napoli, you see. That's how it is. If
you have to explain that money, one.
You got to spend them wisely, very wisely. And where we need the money to spend is in the midfield, but not for Locatelli. That's for sure.
Buy him. I can't wait till we buy him.
Yeah.
We can have your reaction afterwards.
Yeah. Are we going to spend any money, Max?
But no, that's not a question of if I need to buy someone for 40 million that just started this career.
Yeah.
I don't think that is not good enough. It's not even the player that we need because we got doubles players already in his role. That's the point.
But Max, he was scoring 30-yarders against Juventus 4 years ago. I mean, he's not at the start of his career. I mean, he was scoring for Milan against Juve about 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago. I mean,
but then he got chased.
Hey?
He got chased away by Milan because he didn't play well after that. That was the best game he played in his career against Juventus. That's all.
Yeah, but they chased away other players. I mean, that they were going through a terrible stage, Milan, and Milan couldn't afford to keep young players. Then they had to make go for they didn't have the infrastructure to rely on those young players. They needed to bring in seasoned pros to get them out of the awful position that they were in. Season after season of disappointment. It's not surprising he didn't succeed at Milan. It's not surprising, but I think they'd want him back. It's a shame they can't afford him. So,
no.
But what I think is that we need a player that is already experienced in that position, and Locatelli is not.
Look,
sorry, Rob, because we got the problem with Dybala right now.
Yeah,
because I don't think that he will sign the contract anyway. He won't sign the renewal because he hasn't signed up to now. I don't think he will sign it. Just to swap him with Pogba, and that's it. Same price, same age. We get rid of the problem. We get rid of Dybala, and Man United get rid of their problem that is Pogba right now.
Yeah,
because we need a player like Pogba in the midfield. We don't need Locatelli.
Okay, now I start to agree with Max. Now, when it's Pogba, when it's about Pogba or Locatelli, okay, ciao. It was a pleasure, Locatelli, and I start to agree with Max. I mean, if that's the point. Yeah, I totally agree. So basically, if I understanding, you see, signing Locatelli will close any possibility to see Pogba back to Juventus.
Yeah, because what are you gonna do with another midfielder then? What you gonna do?
It's the same problem. Who are we gonna sell?
Yeah, that's the point. Then you're gonna have too many, and most of them are not sellable anyway.
I don't think Man United want to get rid of Pogba.
No, he's not. He's Pogba that want to leave. That's the point.
Matthias is coming in here. Matthias is saying Max wouldn't want Mbappe because he's too inexperienced. I think he's having a joke at your expense, Max.
Oh, I know, Matthias. Sorry to say, how you gonna compare Mbappe with Locatelli? Come on.
Anyway, I think I know what he means, but yeah, look, I'd have Locatelli. Do I think Pogba's going to come back? I think the story of Pogba, it just goes back and forth too quickly for me. The guy, I don't know if he wants Juventus.
He does.
You know, you think he does?
He does.
Well, why are we hearing like every other team but him, but Juve as well? You know, I mean, he's mentioned with Real Madrid, all of this, you know.
If you ask about what Pogba wants to come back to Juventus. Then the reason why we're hearing the deals about that team or the other team, I don't know. And I'm not telling you Pogba is gonna be back for sure, but
yeah, Italy, I know what you mean.
In Italy, more than one source close to him have been telling this for the last couple of months.
There is the guy that make the clothes for Pogba and the different players. It's called Alessandro Martorana. He's in London more a lot. This guy's got a shop in London as well, and he's very, very a good friend with Pogba. And he said Pogba, he loves Juventus. He loves the way he was treated in Turin. He loves the city. He loves the people there. He loves the fans. He would love to come back in Turin. That's what he said last week. I said he's a good friend with because he's the one that dressed him. Then, you know,
we've got a bit of news from Max Statman. Sassuolo CEO has confirmed a meeting scheduled with Juve for in the coming days. Player wants Juventus and they would like to make the player happy. Pogba waiting for Madrid. You see, this is kind of what I was getting at there. You know, Pogba's name is mentioned with Madrid too much for my liking. But we read that earlier on. So the meeting's going to happen. It's going to happen. Carnevali's obviously going to look for more money, which is his right to do. You know, whether we pay it or not is the thing. We've kind of dealt with that. Apparently, Jorge Mendes is coming to Torino as well. I'm not sure what date. What do you guys think of that? Is it ominous at this stage? You know, do you think?
I think next year Cuadrado is going to wear number 7 again.
Yeah. Well, it could well be. I mean, I think it's the die is cast with Ronaldo. I think, as I said, I think I said last week, I would be very, very surprised if he was still at Juventus next season. It's just a matter of time before an announcement comes. And although how much I love him and I think he's a great, great player, and I'm so happy that he wore the colours of Juventus. I think at this stage it's probably better for all parties that he goes. The cycle has ended. The 10 championships, the 9 championships, it come to an end, and now it gives us an absolutely brilliant opportunity to rebuild, recalibrate. How are we going to move forward? Well, we're just coming out of the pandemic. We've got all sorts of financial, matters to address to. And I know we've had the Exor have pumped 300 to 400 million euros into the club, which is fantastic. This is a time now to consolidate, get rid of that huge asset, which is Ronaldo, and look at how we can build moving forward. It's probably best for all parties that he now moves on. Don't know what you guys think.
I was reading during the week that, because as I said, I've been keeping an eye on Vlahovic, that the only chance that we get him is if Ronaldo leaves, So you'd have 2 number 9s in that situation. And that's good. That puts Juve in a good situation, what can I say?
Probably it's time, Colin. Probably it's time, He was...
Andrea, I'm going to ask all of you a question. Ask you, the 3 of you, a question. Where is he going to go, Ronaldo?
That's the question. I mean, it's got to be Manchester United, but look,
No.
I mean, if I was...
PSG.
He's not United. United is full of strikers. Where they're going to put Ronaldo to? They're going to get Jadon Sancho as well. Where they're going to put Ronaldo to? Where?
PSG.
PSG as well. He's got a lot of strikers. Where they're going to put him to?
Yeah, I think
Mbappe is coming to us, no?
Yeah. He's going to fly into us, He put a pair of wings on, flying over to us.
Yeah, I think Max just put on the chat there that he would need to lower his wages. I mean, yeah, absolutely. 20 million per season down from 31, which for us as well. I mean, we would probably ask for the last lump of his book value, which I think is about 20 million. Yeah, exactly. So I think we would require 20 million to break even. So the club would need to invest 20 million in the transfer fee, and then his wages at the moment are 31 million. He would probably lower it because if he got a new club, I mean, I know what Max has just said about the Manchester United having too many strikers. If they managed to get rid of, I don't know, Martial or somebody like that, and they brought in Ronaldo and offered him a 2 to 3 year deal, I think he would lower his wage demands. I mean, if he knew he was getting 2 to 3 years at Man United, he would probably accept 20 million a season before perhaps having a swan song in America when he's 39, 40 years old would probably, or back at Sporting Lisbon.
Sporting, yeah. Matthias mentioned Sporting here with a wink. We know that's not going to happen, but I think he knows that as well. To be honest, I kind of agree with Max. I think PSG is the most likely destination, but lifestyle reasons as well. I don't think Ronaldo wants to go back to England. I mean, they said when he left that he couldn't stand the weather anymore, and that's a big deal. So the north of England, it's not pretty at times. Same as
tell me about
same as here. You lived there.
Where are you, Maxie?
Liverpool.
Oh, right. Okay, well, there you go.
Then I know very well how the weather is up here.
Yeah. But
winter 365 days a year, eh?
Yeah, 365 days a year. Actually, today is not. Today is nice and sunny.
It kind of is here today as well. I mean, what else did I want to talk about? I mean, Alexandro has been talked about that he could be the left back for the next couple of years. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think? I mean, I think we've got no other option, but
with a good backup, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yes, just I'm not expecting him to play 36 games a season.
No, you played 50 games every season in the past 2 years. 50 games each season.
That's why we need to balance. We need to balance for the next two seasons. We need to have him playing 20 games and someone good to back him up and get ready to be the main one.
Yeah. And who's that going to be?
Rob is not convinced.
I'm not a big look. I get your point, I think that we will keep him because we've got only a limited amount of resources and only a limited amount of time and a limited amount of options. So I think he is going to stay. I'm not a big Alexandro fan, and I think that he is certainly. I know I'll take the point that he's played a lot of matches without much rest, but there's something in the way he approaches the game that he does so many things that just really grate on me. I think he gives away free kicks in dangerous areas far more than he needs to. I think sometimes he's petulant even in the opposition side of the pitch when he'll back into someone, give away a free kick, relieve all the pressure on the team. And I think sometimes his defending leaves a lot to be desired. That being said, the options to replace him are slim and they're costly. And it would probably be better to keep him next season and bring in a backup, probably Pellegrini, because that seems the most cost-effective way of doing it. And just hope that with a little bit more rest and a little bit more, pressure to perform, because Pellegrini is there, a little more pressure to perform, that he discovers some of the form he had in his first couple of years.
I think that would be an ideal situation, and I think that we will be impressed by Alexandro approach to the game if he can stay on fit and rest for the whole season, because I think that's what makes the difference. You remember I was telling you also last time. I noticed that the worst games by Alexandro are always when he's coming back from an injury, when he is not in the best shape, and then suddenly, he passes from he switch from a very bad game to an amazing game that you say, like, he could be like one of the best left winger that there are right now in the world.
And also there are 6.5 million reasons why Alexandro is not sellable anyway to anybody, because he gets 6.5 million.
Nobody will pay him
per year. 30 years of age. Who's going to buy him with that wage? Who?
No one is.
Nobody. Then you just need a backup, like we said, and that's it. Then we need to keep him. No other choices.
Yeah, he will stay. And as I said, I don't think there is a viable alternative anyway. People saying the Atalanta Gosens from Atalanta. I mean, he's well overpriced, but a very good player. But yeah, 40-50 million euros for him is just not doable, not in this market.
No.
But Gosens also, he doesn't play in the 4. He plays in the 5.
Yeah, unless
he's not a left back. He's more of a wing than a left back anyway. At the end.
Yeah.
Then there's no reason to get him either.
Yeah. Depends what Allegri plays, obviously, but but I take your point, and I do agree he's better in a 5 than he is a 4 for sure.
Yeah. And Allegri won't play the 3-5-2.
No, that's very unlikely. But I mean, what am I going to say? So, if we take Pellegrini or someone else to back up Alexandro, so that saves money. So if you're saving the money, you've got to save it for somewhere else. So you've got to get the cash out for midfield then, or a striker. You can't. You have to spend some money. So do you think they're going to focus on midfield and a centre forward maybe, or I think they're badly stuck for a backup right back as well, Cuadrado. But I haven't heard any.
We got money coming. And we have 400 million coming, and part of those are going to be invested on the market, guys.
Yeah.
What we gotta support, maybe support is not the right term right now, but what we gotta hope for is like the management to do the best job possible on the market, like in terms of dealing and sacrificing everything we have been talking about right now, and we gotta hope Allegri actually find the key to deal with whatever the result of this weird market is going to be, because we might be in the situation where we still have Bernardeschi and Ramsey. We might be in the situation where we able to do the Dybala Pogba, or we sign Locatelli. We don't know what it's going to be, and that's even more exciting, in my opinion. No, if you look at it like a story that is developing and has been told. It's interesting. Let's see what's coming. Max is going to be the guy, the most important.
Absolutely.
I know. Thank you very much, Andrea.
Yeah. Always the most important, Max.
I'm Max anyway.
I just put him up there altogether.
It's going to be a really interesting Serie A season anyway. I think it's just with all the managerial changes. I know, just some of the transfers that happened already. Çalhanoğlu, who's now gone from AC Milan to Inter Milan. There's just all these little stories that are developing everywhere. It's just going to make for a really, really exciting season. And with Allegri coming back, that's just, whether people like that idea or don't like that idea, what you have got is a fantastic world-class manager that's come back to our team. We don't know clearly what he's going to play in terms of formation. But what I do know is that the choices or what has been alluded to is that he's going to have a little bit more control. And I think that the choices that we make are going to be with his consultation and with his, veto. So, I'm really, really looking forward to what we do in the market. I mean, I normally, dread the market and all the rumors and all this, but I'm actually, looking forward to this year. So, yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think about the capital investment? I've been talking about that ages, since like maybe a couple of months ago when Guido Vachago started writing about it in Tudor Sports. Do you think it's significant that the money is only going to arrive after the Mercato, or because I know there's some confusion between a lot of people, a lot of Juventus fans are kind of annoyed that it hasn't arrived beforehand, but I don't know if the financials work out like that. Say, for instance, if you bought Ronaldo, then all you had to do to guarantee the 100 million was to show that in the next 4 years you're going to develop enough revenue coming in that you can pay it off, and then the bank guarantees you, and then you pay it over the 4 years. But I think once they can show it, it should green light at least some funds in this Mercato. I'm not going to say everything, but
Colin,
yeah,
most of the money going to go for
COVID,
the debt.
Yes,
most of the money that they're going to come in from Exeter, they're going to cover the debts that they have.
Yeah,
because
but that's enough.
They're going to be over 200 million in debt. Yeah. That's what they need. That's why they're going to put this money in, because the investors, they're not going to mess about with these things, and that's why Arrivabene is there. Don't forget Arrivabene, guys, because Arrivabene knows very well how to deal with money. He knows what he's doing, because that's what he's done all his life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think for the shareholders of Exor as well, I think it's that they would be slightly disappointed if we started to spend 200 to 300 million on bringing in players. So yeah, it's for COVID debt, and but what it does give confidence, and it is great that we've got the holding company Exor who are willing to bail us out at this very difficult time without having to go to the bank directly and ask for a bailout like some clubs have to. So that's great as well.
But at least we don't have to pay with 1 ton and Siumai like Inter Milan does, isn't it?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, because they've got their bollocks over the fire for that money. So that's really good.
Yeah, at least we're not in that kind of a situation. So I've just had a quick look on social media. Apparently, Mirko Di Natale an hour ago said that Dybala's entourage is due to meet Juventus in the coming days. That's significant.
Maxi just talk, you know. Maxi just talk and say something about Dybala, Pogba, and bam, the news come out. Maxi comes before the news. That's what what's up.
I knew Mirko was watching.
Yeah,
But,
there we go.
But what else is I going to say?
What's the new? Where's the new? Where's the news from? Where are you taking it from?
Mirko Di Natale.
Tell Mirko stop quoting what Max saying without letting people know.
Giving the credit.
Maxi said it right before you, way before you.
Yeah.
I'm always ahead. That's why I'm the Max.
Leave ahead.
And what have I got here? I've got a little video. Apparently, Gigi. I'll share this here now and play it. Gigi is. I don't know if you can hear that.
No.
Can't hear anything.
Oh, it's perform.
Yeah, he's going shopping in Parma. Oh, he's not shopping. He's at the stadium. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, there we go.
He's about to do the press conference. Probably there was a suit that is going to wear for the press conference.
Very, very good to see him back.
Wish him all the best.
Yeah, and it's good to. Maresca is gonna be there, so it's good to see both of them. Maresca is gonna. If you ask me, is gonna be part of my favorite player for Juventus ever. You know, not in terms of skills, but like for what he will give on the pitch. You know, and that's the reason why he stayed many years with us, because he was a great. He was a fighter, good quality, but a fighter.
Yeah,
and he did a good job as well here in Manchester.
He did good. He won the league, no?
Yeah, he worked with the Guardiola anyway, because he was the under-23 manager here. And he did very well.
All right, there you go.
Maybe one day on our bench. Who knows, ragazzi?
Who knows exactly?
It's gonna be beautiful. The day Maresca is gonna be, if it happens.
I can't wait to see him running like that.
The first derby.
When he scored the goal.
Yeah, he did Ferrante's celebration, didn't he? Really pissed him off.
Like like that.
They were pissed off. They were so pissed off.
Yeah, because he did run the Curva Maratona. The Torino's fans. It's normal that they weren't so happy at all.
No.
You remember how he escaped in the locker room at the end of the game?
Oh yeah, because they wanted to kill him. That's why.
I just wanted to quickly kind of finish off with a little bit of Superlega stuff. We've had a few more developments. Apparently the agreement between UEFA and the clubs that pulled out could be nullified. I'm hearing there's some appeal being made to the Spanish court. Reading this in Gazzetta. It was also in the New York Times. So that this is coming from JP Morgan, the crowd who put the money up. So they've obviously said that they have the money, so that means the contracts are active.
Can you hear the noise? The noise, the sound of the train that is about to crash on Chefferin. You cannot hear yet. It's getting closer. Huh?
It's getting closer. Yeah.
Getting closer.
They need to warn. Somebody needs to warn Chefferin that there is no a light at the end of the tunnel. It's a train coming towards him. That's the problem. There is no light. There is a train coming.
It's coming.
He's going to get crushed.
He's going to get crushed 100%. The New York Times writes, giving an account of the last step in the legal battle of Juventus, Real Madrid and Barcelona have already obtained through the same channel, which is the Madrid court, the suspension of the UEFA proceedings against the presented appeal. The English never went out. According to what was reported, UEFA has 5 days to respond, while the times for a sentence are longer in order of a few weeks. The first step to ask UEFA to completely cancel the disciplinary proceedings against Juventus. Yeah. We'll see how it works out, guys. But look, I mean, we know there was something fishy. Rob was saying this as well at the time. Everybody was saying there was something seriously fishy about the way they pulled out. And
Wait, as Max Savage just put on the comments there, the sources close to the ESL situation say that they expect the European Court of Justice to rule in their favour in the next 8 to 10 months, and the competition will begin in 2022. Well, wow. Okay, so I mean that for me, as I said at the time, there was a reason why the English clubs pulled out, and it wasn't because they're fans. They couldn't give a shit what the fans thought, because
they don't care.
They would have known, as I said before, I'm going to repeat myself, they would have known how the fans were going to react. If anyone in England could have told you how the English fans would have reacted to that news. So that wasn't new. Something has happened. What I want to see is if that judgment does go in our favour, or in the favour of the JP Morgan and the whole concept of the ESL, how do we bring it back round? How do we reintroduce this competition, and what changes will need to be made, if any, to make it work?
Guys,
it's the format. To me, the format to be changed, because I don't agree that 15 teams got to be there all the time. We start with that. I don't agree. And also, I don't understand why with the English teams, for example, Tottenham and Arsenal were there. What they have got to do with the best team in the world anyway? Tottenham and Arsenal, I don't get it.
Well, I think
without the 15 teams, JP Morgan is not going to give you the money. That's the point. That's the whole point about it. You want to do the private tournament, you need the money to do it. JP Morgan gives you the money, but the 15 team is the reason why JP Morgan is investing on it, because it's all about the entertainment part
Andrea,
of it.
But just get Arsenal and Tottenham out, because they have got nothing to do with the other 13 teams.
Man, Maxi.
What they are sharing with the Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, and whatever, they're all winners. Arsenal and Tottenham are losers all their life. What they're doing with them? What?
But Manchester City never won.
Never won anything.
Yeah, but Manchester City lately they've been winning at least the Premier League. They played, that's what I'm saying. Tottenham and Arsenal, how long they haven't won anything? How long?
Maxi.
Yeah, go on.
Maxi, sorry, but I just want to make an example, because I know you've been working in the restaurant business like I am right now, and I want to give you an example. Here is a very very popular Italian plate is fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. I bet anybody, and Maxi knows better than me, to go to Naples or to Milano or to Roma or wherever you want to go to Italy and order a plate of fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Let's see how the chef reacts when you actually ask for it. Now
you're gonna come out, they're gonna put the plate in your face straight away.
Now does that mean that if the customer, the guest, is willing to pay and eat for the chicken on pasta, I'm not gonna sell the chicken only because the chicken doesn't match with the beautiful and amazing guanciale I have imported from Italy? No, the guest is willing to pay, that's what the guest is gonna have. Maybe I'm gonna find a way to make it a little bit more Italian, but the guest wants the chicken, the guest gets the chicken. JP Morgan wants Arsenal, JP Morgan gets Arsenal.
If you go to Italy and you want the chicken in the tagliatelle, you won't get the chicken in the tagliatelle. You can be the god of customers and you won't get the chicken in the tagliatelle. That's for sure. That's right, you know.
No, but beside the jokes, that's what I think. They decided that they were the most appealing team that would give certain numbers to the show, and that's what they decided to put.
Rob, I'd like to have your opinion on that on Arsenal and Tottenham.
Who, me?
So I grew up in North London, so right in between Tottenham and Arsenal, where their grounds are. So big clubs. So in terms of European honours, of course, they do not match the other teams. Although Manchester City have won, fuck all in Europe, but the infrastructure of those clubs, the stadiums that they've got, their ability to moving forward to support the project. Yeah, I mean, we can't just have like 10 teams or 8 teams. It's got to be filled up with, with other teams as well as the real champions. You can't just have Barcelona's and your Real Madrid's, Juventus. We have to have other teams in there. Whether it's the same teams every year is where the debate comes in. And I think if Tottenham and Arsenal stuck their neck out and said, look, we've got the infrastructure, we can support the ESL. We've got, brand new stadiums. I know the Arsenal one's been Ashford, the Emirates has been around since 2007, 2008. They've had, the Spurs ground are only a couple of years old, 6,000 seat stadiums. We can really support the infrastructure of this and we're going to grow. Yeah, give them, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the main thing to talk about now is you kind of said it there at the start, Rob. How could you see it happening now? And one, they've signed contracts, guys, so that means and the money is there. So, I'm afraid they could be held to account over that. Whether it means they have to pay out or not, I don't know. But as Max is saying. I need to read into that a little bit more. All 12 Super League clubs are still in the project. I don't know. I think I need to read into that a little bit more before I believe it. But what could I say? The best thing that could happen for the Super League now is Chefrin to stay in charge of UEFA. Because the longer this guy stays in charge of UEFA, the more people are just going to go, do you know what? I don't want anything to do with it. We've got PR disaster after PR disaster. If you heard about what happened in Munich today, it was announced, it's Pride Month all over the world. And, we should take the opportunity to express solidarity with that community, and if they want to turn on some lights in the stadium, let them turn on some lights in the stadium. Apparently, UEFA are saying they're not a political organization. By the way, UEFA, you don't own the stadium. If they want to turn on the lights, they should be allowed to turn on the lights. And that's, that's all there is to it. I wouldn't give a damn what UEFA say in that situation, because what are they going to do about it? The match is going to go ahead. The tournament's going to go ahead, and if they try and punish anyone for it, then that's just going to make it even worse for them. And it's all coming from.
Well, maybe Colin, when Perin says that UEFA, when the football is for the people, it means football is for the people with specific sexual orientation.
Yeah,
maybe that's also the case. You don't know. That's what he meant.
Yeah,
maybe that's what he meant. Because otherwise, there's no reason why they don't allow to do something like that. And I like the Juventus what they did in the social media.
Yeah,
I think Colin that Chefrin got the days counted. until the 11th of July. And then he will be dismissed, he like it or not. Because he made too many mistakes. Apart attacking Agnelli continuously, he went on personal things with him. And that's one of the reasons why he will be sacked out the job.
Yeah.
Second, he made business with Al Khalifi, with the TV that he's got, what's it called, the Bein Sport.
Bein Sport, yeah.
Yes, he offered, he got the offer for less money to show games and whatever else, whatever he did. He's doing too many mistakes. He made too many mistakes. He cannot stay there after the 11th of July. They're going to finish the European Championship and he will go. Or they're going to make him go. Because I don't think that he's able to do that job anymore. He cannot hold the position when he's completely brainless, the guy. I'm sorry to say, but he's completely brainless because he hasn't got no idea. I'm saying now, even if I'm against the format of the Super League, but you see, the way he's acting make me like the Super League more than him. Make me dislike him and like the Super League. That's the point.
That's it, yeah.
Like not very much aware of his responsibility, of his position, no?
But that's what I'm saying. Because you don't go personal on Agnelli the way he did, because he's the godfather of Agnelli's daughter and whatever else. What has he got to do that with the business? He hasn't
Nothing to
told
do
me
with business.
He hasn't phoned me until the day before. He didn't tell me that it was going to happen or whatever. What the hell has he got to do with you when they've been trying to talk to you to change things for years and you haven't listened to them at all? What has he got to do with him now, the situation? And then you go and do business with who? With Al Khalifi. But are you having a laugh? This is a joke. And you allow Paris Saint-Germain to do whatever they're doing continuously, buying players get players for free, £12 million, 12 million euros wage for Wijnaldum, 10 million plus bonus for Donnarumma, and God knows what else they're going to do.
And all the money to Raiola as well.
Yeah, plus. Yeah. And don't forget what they done with Man City as well.
Oh, absolutely.
They should have got the 2 years ban from Europe, and they did not. While Inter Milan and AC Milan and Roma had to pay a price a couple of years back for the same reason.
Yeah.
You just think all the mistakes that Seferin made. Take him all to him now. That's why this train is in the tunnel. He's going towards him. He's not a light. It's better they warn him because that train is not a light. It's a train. And you're going to crush him on the ground easily.
Good. Well, we look forward to that.
I look forward to it. I'm just going to round up the comments. Stephen is saying the Super League stuff is going to be so much fun over the next few months. I can really feel that, it's going to be a lot of fun because it's going to turn around. As Max said, it's not a light at the end of the tunnel. It's a train and it's coming straight for you.
So really, if he comes straight, he's going very fast. He's one of those fast ones as well.
It's a TGV.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Yes, I can hear it from coming already. It's going towards Slovenia. It's going to get the old lady as well that told him thank you.
She's driving it.
Yeah. Say thank you. Thank you for the mess you made. Thank you very much.
Oh, Mr. T.
The police as well, because the kids, don't forget, kids can't go to a party without the police. That's what they said as well, and it's apart from the old lady. Then you can imagine what a life he had in Slovenia, the poor guy. That's why he's so sad.
Weird, huh?
To go to a party, you have to go with the police.
A little weird, huh?
Talking about Super League instead of talking about life. You can imagine what life they had there. Nothing? No.
Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Mr. T is coming in. He says, "Ciao, guys. You've been in to bribe better than the sheiks. Then we can do what we want." He says, "Send some Ferrari money to UEFA."
I mean, good luck. I mean, we can barely buy a player for 30 million, and we want to bribe better than the sheiks. I mean, Jesus.
No, that's
there's no money to bribe, unfortunately.
But you think that if Exor was allowed to do what Al Khalifi does, Juventus will be able to do what Paris Saint-Germain does too.
Yeah, absolutely. The problem is that Paris Saint-Germain, they have a load of sponsorship deals, don't they? That are actually owned by the
his uncles and nieces and nephews and all.
Yeah, so it's financial doping, and it's and this is why the Super League happened. It's just absolute, yeah. But there we go. We're going to have the European Super League. That's my prediction. Not the next year, maybe, but eventually. And then we can all laugh at Gary Neville, who scoffed at the idea and went on his high horse.
I see a lot of meme coming.
He's an arsehole. But there we go.
I see the memo of the train coming with the old ladies waving at Schäferin and all the rest of them. Said, "Hey, my friend, here I am. I'm coming for you."
Yeah, looking for it.
Okay, guys.
Cheers.
I want to thank all of you for turning up. Everybody in the chat, Andrea, Rob, Max, and if you're listening on Spotify, God help you. No, thanks very much for listening, and subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Twitch, and leave us a comment, and we'll see you again soon Thursday night. So we're doing Tuesday and Thursday nights, and then the odd live here and there as well. So anyway, thanks very much. Best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, see you later.
Ciao,
ragazzi.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the
Forza Juve.
Forza
Bye-bye.
Juve.
Good night.
Good night.